We set the sail, but God makes the wind. That's the way it is in life. We set the sail, but God makes the wind. That's illustrated very clearly regarding Paul's trip to Rome, recorded for us in Acts chapter 27. That harbor was not a good place for the ship to stay for the winter, and therefore most of the men decided that the ship should leave there. The men hoped that we could go to Phoenix. The ship could stay there for the winter. Phoenix was a city on the island of Crete. It had a harbor which faced southwest and northwest. Then a good wind began to blow from the south. The men on the ship thought, this is the wind we wanted, and now we have it. So they pulled up anchor. We sailed very close to the island of Crete, but then a very strong wind named the Northeaster came down from the island. This wind took the ship and carried it away. The ship couldn't hold against the wind, so we stopped trying to resist and let the wind blow us. We went below a small island named Cauda. Then we were able to bring in the lifeboat. It was very hard to do this. After the men took the lifeboat in, they tied ropes around the ship to hold the ship together. The men were afraid that the ship would hit the sandbanks of Syrtis, so they lowered the sail and let the wind carry the ship along. The next day the storm was blowing us so hard that the men threw some things out of the ship to make the ship lighter. A day later, they threw out the ship's equipment. For many days we couldn't see the sun or the stars to guide us. The storm was very bad. We lost all hope of staying alive. We thought we would die. For a long time the men didn't eat. Then one day Paul stood up before them and said, "Men, I told you not to leave Crete. You should have listened to me. Then you would not have had all this trouble and loss. But now I'm telling you to cheer up. None of you will die. However, the ship will be lost. Last night an angel came to me from the true God. This is the God I worship. I am His." God's angel said, "Paul, don't be afraid. You must stand before Caesar, and God has promised to give you something good. He will save the lives of all those sailing with you. So, men, cheer up. I trust in God. Everything will happen just as His angel told me, but we will run aground on an island." You see, that's the way it is in life. We need to set the sails, but God makes the wind, and He's going to accomplish His purpose in your life. Sometimes that might require a smooth wind, but at other times it might require a rough wind. God's the one that makes the wind. We need to be obedient and simply set the sails so that we can go with God.